wonderful viewers. This is a wonderful day the Lord has made, and indeed it is wonderful to have you watch me today. I am Yhaaabrefi, your host, and this is the 6th edition of Abrefi Talk Show, coming your way for the next 45 minutes. I will be joining in the house a fast rising artist, Ghanaian's fast rising artist. He's talented, you know him, and I also know him. Go for a quick break, and we'll come back and get to know my special guest. Stay tuned. Welcome back, viewers, and like I said earlier on, you have Ghanaian's fast rising artist. You already know him, and I also know him. He's named by Obibini. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for honoring our invitation.
My pleasure. The pleasure is mine. Yeah.
Okay, so when we say Obibini, who is Obibini?
Obibini is a very simple guy. He has an equipping father and a lovely Ashanti mom. He went to Addis Ababa College. He's a rapper signed to xylophone music, and he's the illest rapper out here.
That's man. When did you start when did you start to know that you have a talent as a musician?
I started this rapping from way back though, but this was how I started. The process was, I was a big fan of rap music myself.
Okay.
And so growing up, I was listening to tapes of Roger Stone, Abrefi, Nas, and the like. So because of the passion I had for the rap music, I was kind of, I was able to rap what they were rapping, like copywriting. So even I remember back in JSS, break time, I was able to, drum on the table and rap at the same time. I could rap Abrefi's album, and my friends would be around me before they know it's break over, and they get punished for that. So yeah. That was just copyright those days. I'm in GSS time, so but I went to Addis Ababa College, and everything, took to another level where, I found myself in the rap group. We were 4 in number, and I started, writing my own stuff from there. Yeah, I started writing my own stuff. I started, we started using our pocket money to pay for the studio fees. Yeah, back in the day. So yeah. So Addis College made it intense for me because. At this place, it's an entertainment school, geniuses, but they love entertainment, so, yeah, I believe all of that nurtured me, so, yeah, rap has been with me for a while, and I love rap, and it's my main medium of expression, even though I'm versatile. I do music, but, yeah, rap is my favorite part. Yeah.
How many years since you started your career?
Many years, professionally. My first proper management was with DJ Black back in 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, 2014 to 2016. So yeah, 2014 upwards.
I guess there have been challenges since you started, and now you are Ghanaian's fast rising rappers. So when we talk about 5 rappers in Ghana, you mentioned your name.
Thank you.
Yeah. How was the challenges, and how were you able to overcome it since you started?
The music journey is a very hard one, I'm not gonna lie. There are a lot of angry days because it's a kind of career that when you decide to embark on, you should know that you are alone. You're on your own for starters, because there are a lot of jobs out there, but you want to be a musician. Okay, fine. Let's see. So there is a challenge for you to prove yourself first. Then you can establish your first set of fan base. If you need to prove you have the talent. So yeah, and it's a long process doing that, because you know how Ghana is already. When you're doing something good for yourself, they are hating, and So yeah, it started like that for me. After high school, I did some couple computer courses, and I realized, look, let me do this professionally. So yeah, I started. It's expensive to record.
Okay.
Do you know how much one song costs in the studio?
Not really, unless you tell me.
Yeah, it varies though, but the person will be doing you a favor if he charges you 500 cedis for a song. It doesn't even happen anymore.
That was back then or now?
I'm now.
Now,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but now one song can cost you about between 2,000 to 5,000.
So roughly, indirectly, are you saying music is expensive?
It's one of the most expensive careers out here. Very expensive. It involves a lot of input financially. Exactly, because that's why it hurts when the system is not working. Because let me take you through just making of just one song. You go to the studio, you book your studio, right? The engineer, you pay him, you pay for the song. Let's say he charges you 1,500 to produce the beat, mix master for you. 1,500 gone. Okay, fine. Now you want to release it. You would like to involve some bloggers. They won't come free. Imagine 500, whatever. I don't know. It depends on the negotiations. Then right now you want to shoot a video. You want to be on the 4 sites and xylophone TVs and YouTube. So do you know how much one video costs? It's crazy. So let's say just for one song, the song is not even out proper. You're looking at 10K, and then it will come out and people will download it for free. Though there are no royalties. You get what I mean? Like imagine all these radio stations paying royalties to musicians. It will make sense because they are using people's intellectual properties to sell. Exactly. Why do you have a favorite radio station? Oh, I'm open your radio station in there. Individual artists. And you they are using these artists' music to sell their station. If it's not like that, your station should sound like Voice of America or BBC Radio, where you have jingles you've done for yourself and no other music. You get what I mean? And that's gonna be boring. You're definitely not gonna get customers. You get what I mean?
Exactly.
So music, it's the backbone of the whole thing, and we must really respect it. And everybody needs education in it, from the industry players to the fans, the consumers too. Because times are changing, and Ghanaians, we are not really abreast with time when it comes to technology. In the sense that streaming your song online helps you. Back in the day, they just wanna then he stores it on the memory drive or memory card. No, it's not done like that. The issue, and you look good. It was Spotify or iTunes. You want it, you go there, you tap it, you pay. By so doing, if you say this is your favorite artist, that is how you can surely say you have helped this artist before because you patronize his music. Because when you pay, you buy the song at iTunes, he actually gets the money. What I say, and this is by way of saying more streaming more, and no boy. Exactly, because now that the system is not really in place, there are no royalties coming from anywhere. The streamings,
That's helping.
Exactly.
Okay. So, what is the inspiration behind your music?
I'm inspired by a lot of things. Life, ups and downs, the beauty of it, the ugly side. Sometimes anger, sometimes sorrow. Some songs are inspired by sadness. You be in the mood and you want to. It just comes. So it's unpredictable, but you're a creator, so most of the times you should be able to make it work. Be in people's shoes and tell the story like it is.
How do you preach your message to your fans?
How do I preach?
Yes, I guess when you are singing or when you bring out a banger, it's a lot of messages. It has a lot of messages inside.
Exactly. Okay, first of all, I'm the type of artist who involves everything he's ever learned in his life in the music. You know what I mean? So back in school, I was good at composition writing. If you listen to my music, it's like general knowledge. Everything is in there, and I believe that is me. That is what I basically do. I entertain my fans. I also educate them because knowledge is power. You know what I mean? And I'm not only taking your money, but I'm also trying to add some value to your mind, and that is how it works. So people don't really care about adding the value to your life. They just wanna, be trendy and wavy and waving it. Yeah, he goes with it. But some of us, it's bigger than that. You know what I mean? So if you listen to my bars carefully, you realize every single bar is something like there is no loose line in there. I don't make sure there are loose lines in me. I tell you what it is. I try to write, broad. I have songs that talk about, slavery. I have songs that talk about a lot of things. I touch on a lot of topics, and I just want to entertain anyone.
Is education important in music?
It's too important. It's the most important thing in music.
How? Because most of artists or upcoming artists, most of them haven't really been to school to a level they are supposed to be.
Yeah.
But they write and they bring out something.
Exactly. So education is not all about the four-cornered classroom.
Okay.
Yeah. Some of us we learn on the job. We learn on the job. So you just have to be willing and open. Okay. You must be ready to be taught. You must put aside ego, because at the end of the day, even Bible says, what was hidden from the wise and the prudent is now revealed to the babe and the suckling. So it could be say, even though you're a senior, I probably I want Kwalano still need experience, but you have it. So combining energy to work these days is the way to go. You know what I mean? Education is so much important. You must learn on the job. Me, when I started, I can play my own beat on the Fruity Loops. I'm a musician. I don't even play beats, but I can do one or two things on the app. Because I've just been over an engineer shoulder for a very long time. I've seen a lot of things to start on the PC. It's all education. You should learn. If this is your career, you want to sell music. You're a factory who produces music. You must learn the art of discipline, the art of marketing. Unless you just want to do music for fun. So yeah, maybe you don't have a degree, you don't have a diploma, but if you're ready to learn on the job, trust me, and put in hard work, you'll be better off than someone who even has the talent and lazy at the same time.
Is branding necessary in music?
It's everything. Branding is everything.
How necessary is it like?
It's very necessary because, there are two ways one can know you.
Okay.
The personal way and the brand way. You know what I mean? And trust me, the brand way is the way for business. Because, let's compare two things. When you go to a provision store here, the Davy over here has a Cartier Gary and, on the table, selling for very cheap. If you have about 2 CDs, you can set your own Gary soakings going on here. But I'm telling you, so when you go to Kempinski, the same Gary soakings cost about 200 CDs. Branding, Gary Nation, glass, Munasanso, AC. What I say? Exactly. So, and everybody doesn't complain when he gets to Kempinski and he buys that Gary. So, you see, it's branding. It must look nice. I saw Madi on the You must learn packaging. That's why I say you must learn on the job, because there are other artists doing it nicely. So you tap, and you make sure you don't tap the wrong ones too. But you tap and you learn and you work on yourself. What I say, your images must look right. It's not just about the music these days. Back in the day, people didn't really care if you had 7 wives. They were just cool with the music. But right now, because of internet, there's so much information going on. They want to know everything about the musician, not just his music. They want to know who he sleeps with, what he ate this morning, everything. And Snapchat and those Instagrams are out there to make it happen.
Yeah.
So once people are not interested in inquisitive in your stuff, you must make it like what they are. Exactly. So branding is everything. When you brand yourself, right, trust me, it moves with ease. The beer, maybe 5 man is brand and listen to maybe be brave, but they give you 5 times. Because that's the power of brand, and it's capable of it. Trust me.
When we say a good musician, who is a good musician?
A good musician. Music talent is God given. You know what I mean? So, and one thing about God's talent is it's not one way. It's so unique and diverse. Exactly. So everybody have their strengths. You know what I mean? And even when you come to rap, there are many areas in raps that everybody kind of is a master of a certain department. Because we have delivery, or delivery, what's in the voice of beat, so you love it. So wow, the guy it sounds good. Even if it's a whack verse is spitting, the boldness and the firmness of the voice is so dope to the ear. Obu also, he's a good lyricist. He's seminal kind of, he's so deep, but he might not necessarily have good delivery.
Okay.
Only a few can master all those elements and bring it out. So yeah, being a good musician comes with experience. Yeah, just be willing to open up and learn. Cause trust me, you will never know all in a day. Even the team you are working with, you don't know everything in a day, but you learn, you correct yourself as time goes on. You don't repeat some mistakes, Yeah, that's how life is. You will make the plans, but things will happen outside the plan. Your ability to stand again is what matters. So the plan there, you and your team will make them, but life will show you other plans, and then your creativity will be tested. So I think, a good musician is someone who is ready to learn, experience them, You must love it. You must go on with the art. Practice. Yeah, that's the only way. You must practice. To the extent that you know how much you will be a rapper, you be a rapper. You become one with the art.
Okay. Well, when an artist or when a musician gets an award, does it make the number of awards you get, does it make you a good musician, or does it any way changes something about you?
Awards are good, Awards are good because market-wise, commercially, it's good. It's good for your image. It's good for your brand. It's easy for someone to make you an ambassador or something. That's what awards are for. So, but then, doing music because of awards is the wrong way to go. We don't do that. We don't do music because of awards. First of all, it's spiritual, and there are people out there who are consumers of your music. Those should be your first set of awards. Exactly, yeah. Because I want to do maybe I be doing the crowd. I'm for people buy awards, man. Work niggas buy awards and they shine over good people. So if you serve your consumer, you follow trend and hype, you end up listening to bogus stuff a lot of times. Yeah, because how do they call them? The truth is bitter, but people don't want to play around it. It's a bitter pill to swallow. And some of the good talents, they are like truth. They're like, but when you go out to each other, I got to sour about it at the same time. You don't go for no. I'm not saying it's bad. It's all entertainment, but we shouldn't confuse that with the authentic stuff. If they are viral, like stuff, it's fine. We can enjoy. We dance to all those kind of things, but there are people who go extra mile. Like that also must be respected. Because music song.
How does your rap go? How does the rapping thing go? Is it a rhythm that it has to follow? Say, yeah, when you say this word, the next word has to be something like that. Because most of rappers know that's how the thing is.
Okay, for rapping, well, for me, first of all, you must have a concept before you pick the pen. What are you going to write about? What are you writing about should be the first thing in your mind. Okay, I want to write about this plantain farm. Fine, okay. Now, make sure you don't deviate. That's the first trick. And the beauty in the artist being able to stay on point and at the same time exhibiting rhymes and schemes, complex schemes. And that is what makes you a very dope rapper. I will tell you a dope rapper because Hashem no Kabat is so stylish, but you've not deviated. But your more they just put words together just to rhyme and be on the beat. Yeah, your more, but a good rapper always starts with a message. The message must always lead you. What are you writing about? Is it about me? Is it about my lyrical prowess? Is it about the government? Stay on it and write. And what I would advise every rapper, especially upcoming ones, to do when you want to rap is be truthful to yourself. Say your honest feelings. Don't be barricaded. Because talent is not like that. Talent is from the infinity source. So when I say, allow the inspiration to flow, follow it, and be honest about your feelings. You see, one of the greatest rappers in the world is Tupac. He's like that because he's one truthful rapper. There are some things he says about himself that might make you feel like it's embarrassing, but people love him because of that. He has a song called Dear Mama. And he says, even though you was a crack fiend, mama, you always be a black queen. How many people can say their mamas were junkies? But a reality was there are lots of people out there who had mamas like that. And every Mother's Day you hear that song. You see, the honesty. And I remember change 60,000, only change 60,000, homeboy get a life. You see, that's
Is it because of the social media that's misleading?
Yeah, you see, yeah, people are buying unnecessary pressures for themselves. You get me?
Okay.
First of all, if you don't have confidence in your journey of music, you easily get swayed by, trends and waves.
Okay.
And one thing about trends and waves is that when they pass and you're not lucky, you pass with it. And true musicians don't pass with the trends. They stand through the test of time. Exactly. So yeah, like that, you have to be truthful to yourself and then learn on the job. Right now YouTube is free, it's out there. There are a lot of education going on about rap music. Your rhyme should be on point and you should learn. Education comes in again. If you want to write and express yourself to the fullest, you must have enough vocabs to do that. Vocabulary is also education, right? Yeah, Eminem reads a whole dictionary, and he's one of the best out here. So the things you do. There are times some of your colleagues will be sleeping at dawn. You wake up, you write. Those things will come out to make you greater than them, but you will not see. I tell you, man, there were a lot of times before even I started getting into studios. I used to drum on my hand, like how I did the SS, Then I write at the same time, so I play the beats. I have my book near the bed. You see, as my first kakanti, there was a black spot here.
Okay.
That was my drum, my kick. I didn't even have a Walkman, but I had to devise a way to write in timing. Yeah, and I write a lot, and I didn't even know how music was gonna work. I just trusted that it's gonna work. So yeah.
And definitely it has really. Okay. There are collaboration. I've seen so many collaboration with upcoming artists and with even the top artists. How do you do it? The upcoming artists, is it because you see the talent in them that you're going to help them, or they approach you? How is the process like?
It goes both ways, Like I said, talent is God given, and when you see another guy with talent, you just have to appreciate and add value to his or her. So yeah, these are based on this concept. We are able to do collaborations. Sometimes it's just pure mutual respect we have for each other, especially the big ones. They listen to they are fans of your music. You're also a fan of their music. So like, yo, Charlie, we meet, the vibe is, the chemistry is sweet. And sometimes it's also business. It's also business. If you want to do a collabo with somebody with a bigger fan base, it's business. And also I know this guy. Exactly. Unless it depends on your negotiations or how close you are with that big artist. And you need it. Only in the year so I'll do effect. So yeah, it's business, and that is also done. Then Falano, so yeah, sometimes you want to put them on, you want to support them. Some write to you, they write to me a lot of times on IG, Facebook. Oh boys, I need to have the upcoming boys, help me, blah. Charlie, like tons of them, and you can't do all, but you do some, and yeah, you try to give your best, because it's about giving back to the society at the end of the day, Yeah, otherwise, the success is not success. The success should affect people around you.
How do you see the upcoming artists, those who approach you, and how do you see them? You see them to be like how you also started, or
they remind me so much of my beginning, the desperation. I met some guy. He said, Charlie, big boss, I do music. I know they happen. I say I rap, I release songs. I say, how old are you? I said, because I'm 24. And you sound like you want to give up already. Problem you are coming, miss you. You want to give up 24. See, patience. Patience is everything. And whilst you are waiting, just be working on yourself. Dot the I's and cross your T's. So that when opportunity meets, you be well prepared. You have the necessary ammunition to face. Exactly. So yeah. They remind me of myself, Back in the day, I was a little bit desperate like that too. I used to worry big artists like, boss, please, you should do a verse for me. I used to write to Abrefi. I used to write to Yhaaabrefi. I don't know if you remember Yhaaabrefi, but he was one of the hip life uncles. Way back. He's one of the top gods. I used to write to him like, but the beauty of the thing is you have to work on yourself. That's how it's going to be so easy for you to get them involved. Because they must see some level you're on first. Yeah, so sometimes, there have been artists I've asked collaborate from and they've turned me down. And I left them, I just told them I'm going to target them, but right now if I call them, I want this and that, they do that with respect and so much speed.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even have to talk much because, I didn't stop there, I didn't let him break me, but I proved myself. Right now you see me with bigger brands playing, that head is going. So right now, if I call you, you do what? You pull up. Exactly. So work on yourself, basically. Internet, but one time there wasn't internet. There was no Twitter, there was no IG. You know what I mean? But still, we did our thing. I remember there's a site called Hawkshare, Line Links. That's where we put our songs. You don't even know about them, but right now you have YouTube. So they should sell yourself. The boy also train manager. What? And train manager. Work on yourself. If it's mixtapes you would like to be dropping periodically, do that. That's what I was doing. I was dropping mixtape back and forth. It should be a cracker massive many players actually. Only and try to do a simple man. Oh yeah, I had a lot of underground videos that I did on my own and with the help of some few friends. There was no manager. But then when the time comes and they want to look at what you've done, these are the same, they'll go back to the same mixtapes you were dropping and be like, hey, this guy he has put in the work. Yeah. And so I know on your mouth, big block, because you've worked hard. And so we all know, then you three all trying management. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, talking of that, signing into Xylophone, how was it like? How was the process? Or they went to, how you are saying, some call back to where you have done previously before they signed you?
Yeah, of course. I mean, when a label wants to sign an artist, they want to know everything he's done and what he's capable of. They go through your portfolio. So yeah, that was done. But what actually got Xylophone in the picture was a song I did with the guitar. He was already on the label.
Okay.
Yeah, so he has a song he featured me. The title is Brown Sugar. Yeah, so me and Kumi go way back. We are disco boys. So yeah. So I did my verse, and it was a rap. I came home. But I think it's a week or two after the session at the studio, he called and went like, "Charlie, my people listen to your voice and they kind of like you, man. They wanna have a vibe with you." I said, "You sure? This is the best news so far. Like in this year, if you are joking, I'll catch you." So I'm not joking. So yeah, the following up started. I went to the offices, and it was true. What he said was true. And after a little following up, the deal was done. So yeah, shouts to Kumi and shouts to me being me, an original, hard working. Focus. So Juman is so hard to distinguish that the hard part is people who clearly tell you can't do it. Sometimes they come from the closest of friends. Exactly. Back in the day, there was so much hate. There are boys in the hood who have money than you, but you have the talent. They fake hate on you. They go to places and.
So, any message to the youth out there? Any young artists, maybe will be sure. What is the message you have for them?
Charlie, work on yourself, man. Work on yourself. Manager or no manager, work on yourself. Trust the process, and most importantly, believe in yourself. Cause if you don't believe in yourself, you will make some layman tell you say you are not capable, and that will break you down. And you see your fellow people doing it, and you'll be regretting. Live a life with no regrets. Work hard on yourself, and the world is yours, bro. You came from, nowhere, or somewhere now.
Okay, so any freestyle for us?
Oh, freestyle.
Yeah.
I'm a freestyler. Initiator. If you see me just freestyle, yeah, okay, maybe I'll try something real quick. Listen to the boy spit, boisterous, flow no crime, como say joystick. Rapper your bank, I made you Helen the Troy chick in case you never know, cause I have it you up on voice this representing the voiceless. We need the free so bank, I was with your choice quick from your toy click. Make a single dose of the antidote to your poison, the Obibini, your dope, your WEB, the boys thing. Don't tell me love story that young boy me what divorce for that. My exes, now I'm across Florida. Want to see you, baby, need me date girls Florida. Man who me form and I know perform a labia yamatu whom he has a year the pons about me la. Me pebody ya home bodo second na ya stock in the set stuff and I be Timothy said governor. Hey, live on the set. Go stream. Yadi is out, go stream it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You for having us.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.